Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about all the settings available on DJI Pocket 3 and what are those settings for. I know there are a lot of settings and sometimes people get confused how to use them, how to overall use this thing. So I'm going to show you. The first thing that we see on the screen is the SD card and how much space we have. So currently, as you guys can see, 117 gigabytes we have available. The second on the bottom left, we have this picture. If we click on it, so we can change between modes. So we have what kind of modes we have? We have panorama, we have photo, we have video, low light, we have slow motion, and we have time lapse. These are all the modes that we have. I'm gonna put on video for now. And on the bottom we have 4K 60, which means that we can change the resolution of this thing by just swiping just like this. So we can go from 180p to 4K, and we can go from 24 frames per second all the way to 60 frames per second. And we can also change the size of it, 16:9 or 1:1. What we have here, this is the button. If we click, it's going to change the camera. So for example, the camera is facing me right now, so if I click on it, it will be just facing the front. If I click it again, it's going to come back to me. You can also do this by triple clicking the joystick. If I triple click again, it's going to come back to me. So here we have the gimbal setting. So if we click on this thing, it's gonna now zoom in, zoom out. If we click on this thing again, it's now gonna use gimbal to rotate around. As you guys can see, sometimes people get confused whether they click on gimbal. Sometimes it will be moving the camera around, but sometimes it will be zooming in and out, so people will be confused how to switch this thing so that it works whether as a zoom tool or just to move it around. So on the top right we have the percentage, the battery. If we click on it, it's going to show the percentage of the battery, 52%, which is really nice to know whether how much percentage of battery you have or not. So if we swipe to left, we have in general what we have. So this is the picture that I took just for fun, just to show you guys what we have here. If we click here, we see face auto detect mode. So when enabled, camera will automatically follow the face closest to the center of the camera view. So on selfie mode, as soon as you open up the camera, it will automatically just follow your face. It's especially nice if you are recording, for example, a lot of vlogs or selfie mode videos. So it automatically just zooms on your face and makes sure that it just records your face right away. What else do we have? We have dynamic framing. So what is this thing? So push joystick to switch focus frame. So you choose, for example, I'll show you. So for example, your face is in the middle, so it will usually follow your face, whether it's in the middle. So it will keep your face in the middle of the center, and you can choose whether you want your face to be on the sides. For example, if you want your face to be on the left and the camera recording your face just to be on this corner, it will do it. So it will focus on your face, but your face, instead of being in the middle, it will be on the side, or it can be in the bottom, it can be on the left, it can be on the right. You choose it for different purposes. Sometimes people find it really useful. And this mode we have is spin shot, which you can use in order to make really nice spin shots. So if I click on 180 and if I click on this thing, as you guys can see, it will now make these really nice spin shots. A lot of people use it for demonstrating the product or whatever it is. As you guys can see, just click on the joystick or on the screen, it will make this nice spin shot. And also, one of the tips, guys, if the gimbal is not right, for example, if it's facing up, if you double click the button, the gimbal will just come back to its previous setting. As you guys can see, a lot of people don't know it, how to reset the gimbal. It's really easy. So if we swipe to we swiped to bottom, we swiped to left, we swiped to up, so up to down, and we have settings here as well. The first setting we have is saving settings. So what it means is when we click on it, so we can save the actual settings. So you can change a lot of settings inside of the DJI Pocket 3. So you can change the aperture, you can change the brightness, all of that. So for example, if you don't want to constantly keep doing it, or if you are a professional that keeps changing from one setting to another, you can save the settings and just switch between the settings. So you can set up whatever you need and exit that setting, create a new setting, and then you can simultaneously switch between settings. I think it's really nice if you are working simultaneously between the settings for whatever the reason it is. It's really nice. You can just save the settings, you can name them, you can put different names, for example. And for example, now if I go to here, as you guys can see, I have the setting here. You can also override setting, you can rename them, you can delete them, you can have your own settings, all of that. For example, I'll just want to delete it. I don't need this setting. So the second we have is screen rotate to capture, which means that when you rotate the screen, it starts to capture right away. So it can be last setting, it can start video, low light, hyperlapse. So you can choose whether when you rotate the screen, what it starts. It starts whether it was the last setting, or it starts with a video, or it starts with a low light. So here we can change the brightness of it. So it can, brightness of the screen, obviously you can do it really bright, you can do it medium. I choose medium because too bright I don't really like it. This setting is face following. So for example, if you click this thing on, once you turn on the selfie mode, when the camera points at you, it will automatically start recording the selfie. I mean, recording your face. So tracking your face, I'm so sorry. So automatically when you turn this thing on, we'll start tracking your face. So you don't have to manually set this thing up to track on your face, which will show how to do it. If we click here, we get more settings. The first setting we have is wireless microphone, where we can connect up to 2 wireless microphones. We have TX1 and TX2. So this is we have the transmitter inside of the the receiver inside of this thing. So we can control a lot of things. So once the microphone is connected, we have transmitter settings, so we can turn on, turn off the LED light. This includes the DJI microphone, which has LED light. We can turn on or turn off the vibration. Audio to video sync, we can low cut 32-bit float recording if your microphone obviously has that. We have audio power off, and have clipping control, format transmitter 1, format transmitter 2. So you can have up to 2 microphones recording the video. So we have also gimbal start direction, so forward, backward, last setting. So which means when you open the gimbal, when you turn on your camera, which settings it will start first, whether the gimbal will be facing forward, facing you, or last setting. So whichever last setting you are, if you were recording the selfie mode, when turning on the camera next time, it will start with the selfie mode. I choose the last setting because I prefer so. Rotate the screen to what? To power off the camera. Whether 2 seconds before it powers off, then you can click not to power off, or never. So when you rotate the camera, it will not turn off, but it will go to vertical mode. We also have wearable mode. Camera will lock in selfie mode after enabling wearable mode. Screen off in 5 seconds, double tap, all of that. We have slider control, so whether we want to use the joystick for gimbal control or for zoom control. And what else do we have? We have selfie flip. We have press and hold for record, built-in microphone audio backup. So for example, if your microphone supports backup format, you can turn this thing on. Whether for some reason you lose the connection between the microphone and the camera, it will be saved inside of the microphone. So if you buy the creator combo, it comes with the microphone, and it also has a memory inside of it, which is good. You can save it. OTG connection, wireless connection, gimbal calibration. You can calibrate the gimbal. You can change the joystick speed if you would like to. I'd leave it at 4. We have video compression, sound medium of the actual thing or of the microphone, reference line if you need it. I don't really use the grid. Anti-flicker, you can turn this thing on, or for 50 hertz, 60, or auto. I choose auto. Time code, if you are connecting different videos, for example, if you're recording with different cameras, you can have a time code, and I think it's really good, so you can sync them all together. Naming management, if you are working with a lot of people, you can name things, so it's easier. Screen off when recording, never. Or you can put, for example, I'll put like 5 minutes, so if you don't record, the screen will go off. Auto power off after 5 minutes, same thing. Oh, I mean, I mistake, this is not what I was just saying. So the auto power off is when you don't use it for 5 minutes, it's gonna go off. LED, you can turn this thing off. As you guys can see, the LED goes off. You can turn this thing on and it's gonna go on. Continue last live stream. Language, format, factory reset, and device info, compliance info. So as you guys can see, a lot of settings here. We can also have this, so landscape, portrait, or auto rotation. So if you live on this, it's going to be like this, as you guys can see. So no matter which position, it will be only vertical or auto rotation. So whichever side you rotate, it will be that side. Also, we have the rotation speed, fast, default, slow, the speed in which your gimbal will be following your movements. I choose default because it's good. Also, we have gimbal modes. You have follow mode, you have tilt mode, FPV, and FPV1. So these are all the meanings of what it means. I just follow, so it just follows whenever I go. So these are all the up settings. So if we swipe from right to left, we have also exposure settings, VB settings, glamour effect, which makes your face look prettier. I don't use it. We can also change colors, focus mode, and adjustment mode. Also, if we click here, we can change the settings for the microphone. This is the pro settings. If we don't use pro settings, we have only two: glamour effect and adjustment. You can custom or default. So if you want to go pro, you click on the pro and you have all the colors, apertures, all of that. You can change it to make your video really custom to your preferences. And these are pretty much all the settings that you need to know about the DJI Pocket 3. Pretty much those are the settings that you want to look into and really know what you are trying to do, what are the things that maybe will be benefited to you if you switch them. So yeah, I found these settings really useful. I haven't changed much since I purchased this thing. I just changed some of the stuff, the quality of the video from 1080 to 4K, the rotation settings. So when I rotate, it doesn't turn off, it just switches to this mode. So for me to turn this thing off, I just have to press on this thing and it's just gonna go off, as you guys can see. So these are the settings that I really changed, and I don't really find anything else to change that much. If you're a professional and you are looking forward to have more customization to your camera, I think it's really good. So yeah, this was my review slash guide on how to use the settings and what are the settings for. So yeah, thank you for watching.